The greatest wealth transfer in history. We have been hearing about this for a little bit of time now, and as we really kind of look at this, it is becoming a reality, and it is happening as well. In this video, I'm going to be outlining this. I'm also going to be playing a clip from Whitney Webb as well, really kind of confirming what's about to happen, how you can prepare, and why you should also prepare as well. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. If we take a quick look at this post here from Unusual Whales, we have baby boomers are set to pass more than 68 trillion on to their children per NBC. So the baby boom generation has retired with a record 76 trillion net worth. This is very significant. Now, yes, a lot of this will be passed down. The big question is, what will they do with this amount of wealth? Are they going to reinvest it into, the old regime, or are they going to be investing it into new opportunities, more flashy opportunities that, for an example, BlackRock is pushing? In my opinion, yes, they will, because they see it as a very similar opportunity to like the .com, boom. Even over here, we have the Great Wealth Transfer. According to the Federal Reserve survey of consumer finances, U.S. household wealth totaled 146 trillion as of quarter 2 of 2023. Of this total, baby boomers and older generations born 1964 and earlier collectively hold 95.6 trillion, or roughly 2/3 of the total U.S. wealth, despite the group representing less than 1/3 of the adult population. So this is a very, very significant amount of money. And, we are going to see a massive wealth transfer. Now, the big question is, how is this going to affect those that see crypto already as a major opportunity? Well, if you are positioned well, if you have been preparing, if you have been doing your research as well, you know that there's some great opportunities in a very still volatile market, still kind of built around hype and speculation. But if you look beyond that and you really kind of read between the lines, you know that there's a lot of great opportunities in the space. And I do believe that those great opportunities are going to attract a lot of capital. And I also think that that is where we start to see, a much bigger picture being, drawn out, which is more so, guess what? We are witnessing almost a second opportunity to be a part of something as big as the .com boom. But I actually think that's going to be much bigger, because you got to remember that this isn't technically currencies. Everyone has this big misconception when it comes to crypto, and they think that, it's currencies. It's technology, and it's technology that has the opportunity to unlock a massive amount of opportunity around investment vehicles, asset classes, you name it. Now, even over here, though, from NBC News, there's a massive wealth transfer underway. It has started, and it's only going to accelerate. This is from the head of advisor engagement for BlackRock's wealth advisory business. So if we think about this, right, BlackRock is already telling you, hey, it has started, and it's only going to accelerate. It is. That's why we look at what BlackRock is pushing. They are pushing the Bitcoin and Ethereum train, trying to get people to FOMO in on that. But if you look beyond that, there's other great opportunities within crypto. But this wealth transfer definitely is happening. And this is where we really kind of look at, all right, well, where is this wealth going to push into? Even over here from Merrill Lynch. So this is a Bank of America company, as you guys are probably all aware of. But we have, will the great wealth transfer transform the markets? As trillions in assets flow to their heirs over the next 2 decades, their investing preferences could create new opportunities. Some trends are already emerging. It's been called the greatest wealth transfer in history. 84 trillion in assets is set to change hands over the next 20 years, according to estimates by the consulting firm Cerulli Associates. The recipients, primarily members of the Generation X, those born between 1965 and 1980, Millennials 1981 to 1996, and Gen Z 1997 to 2012, are expected to inherit 72 trillion of that amount, mainly from baby boomers, with the rest going to charity. Now, if we look at this, right, we have by the numbers, the great wealth transfer, estimated wealth to be inherited through 2045 by generation. So 4 trillion, baby boomers born 1946 to 1964, Gen X, 1965 to 1980, 30 trillion. Then we have millennials, 27 trillion, that's 1981 to 1996, and then Gen Z, 1997 to 2012, 11 trillion. Again, very significant amounts of money. But we have to look at what they are going to be investing in. A lot of people are still looking at real estate, and although that's great, right, you got to remember that stocks, bonds, real estate, all this stuff is going to be tokenized. Think about that, right? BlackRock, which is one of the biggest names out there, although they have been pushing Bitcoin and Ethereum, remember what Larry Fink told you. Tokenization is the big thing to focus on. And here we have younger investors are less confident in traditional investments. Age 21 to 42, 75% agree or strongly agree that it's not possible to achieve above average returns solely with traditional stocks and bonds. Age 43 plus, 32%. They are more open to alternative asset classes. We actually have here, say private equity is an investment that offers the greatest opportunity to grow, 25%, 15%. Now, if we think about this, right, what are they going to be looking into? Well, we have a bigger stake in sustainable investments. Currently own sustainable investments in their portfolio. All respondents, 26%, age 21 to 42, 73%. We have real estate, a core investment for all. The crazy thing about real estate being a core investment is that although, yeah, that's great, real estate is flowing on chain already. So what's really going to be the big investment to focus on? Is it going to be the traditional things like real estate, stocks, bonds, things like that? I think that there's going to be a greater return in investing into protocols and ledgers that are going to allow for tokenized real estate to become a reality. This is why I try to do the research on those and I try to find those before, we start to see percentages of real estate being tokenized. But also, if we go over here, here's how companies can make sure they are blockchain ready. Do you guys remember this from November of 2021? This is the World Economic Forum. If you actually read into this, there is a section in here that gives you a breakdown of the fact that 867 trillion could be disrupted by distributed ledger technology. And this is all through tokenization. And if we look up here, there is a growing consumer demand for all sorts of new sectors within the blockchain space, including DeFi, NFTs, and emergent smart contract applications in insurtech, environmental sustainability, real estate, and more. This is an updated view in terms of the on-chain assets. Again, tokenization right now is sitting at about roughly $170 billion. That's the amount of tokenized RWAs. DeFi, 93 billion. Cryptocurrency sitting still around like almost 2 trillion or so. Debt markets, stock markets, global real estate, derivatives, gold, insurance, global trade, global advertising, gaming, and so much more. Guys, there's quadrillions of dollars tied to these things. Even global real estate itself is a $380 trillion asset class by itself. If we are thinking about how everything's moving towards digital, we have to think about if we are about to see the greatest wealth transfer in history, and if the significant percentages of those that are inheriting this amount of money are looking at traditional stocks and bonds and things as not a big opportunity to make a ton of money, what else are they going to be looking at? Well, we know that the crypto boom is only going to continue. It's going to grow, and grow, especially as we do start to see more players like BlackRock looking into it, pushing it. So as we think about that, right, where is the biggest opportunity for investment growth? It's going to be in legitimate projects in crypto. But also over here, we have another wealth transfer is coming. This is exactly what we've been saying. CBDCs and stablecoins are both programmable and controllable. Few actually understand the long-term game plan and what is actually going on. Check this out. This is from Impact Theory. This is with Whitney Webb.
Really affecting wealth transfers during these crises at a time when, they're supposedly developing or helping develop policy meant to bail out Main Street. They end up sort of affecting massive bailouts for Wall Streets. And of course, the people that BlackRock are trying to generate profits for ultimately. And the other thing that I'm really concerned about as it relates to, a coming economic crisis is that I think we're going to see a major effort to saddle American consumers with programmable, surveillable money and seizable money. And so, of course, a lot of people for years now have been very concerned about central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. But there are also things issued by the private sector, like stable coins, for example, that are just as programmable and surveillable and seizable as CBDCs are. So I think it's very likely in the event of a major debt crisis or some sort of crisis that damages significantly regular Americans' purchasing power, there will be an effort to onboard Americans onto one of those two versions of programmable, surveillable money. So it's possible, if Kamala wins, we could see a CBDC or something like that. But in the case of Trump, he's sort of come out in favor of stable coins. He did that recently at his speech at the Bitcoin conference earlier this year. and stable coins are just as programmable and surveillable and seizable as CBDCs in theory are. And I think those, as people have rightly pointed out, are a threat to our financial privacy and ultimately our financial freedom. So I think people should be focusing not just on CBDCs, but also, these other, digital currencies that have the potential to offer those same, Orwellian functionalities to the people, issuing them and producing them.
Yeah, I mean, if we think about this, right? If the elites and all the big players are going to push everyone into a digital financial world, and we're starting to see everything tokenized on chain, we're starting to see everything, move towards a digital world, where is all that wealth going? Where is all this wealth going to move, to? It's going to be moving towards digital assets, digital currencies, where all the big hype is. BlackRock's pushing it. All of these big players are pushing it. So if you really want to prepare, if you really want to get ready for this, if you really want to have everything set up and, really kind of future-proof yourself, you would be setting up not only investments into legitimate digital currencies, legitimate, digital projects, but also investing into physical gold, physical silver. A lot of people overlook silver, but I really do believe that it has better ROI than gold. I think that it's still a very big opportunity. But, if you really understand what's going on here, they're preparing everyone for a digital financial system. And so many people are overlooking this. But what's even crazier about this is we have been hearing about the great wealth transfer for so long. Here's the World Economic Forum from July 19th of 2024. Again, this is right after, BlackRock is saying, hey, guess what? It already has started. It's already going on. It's already going to accelerate as well. And here we have from the World Economic Forum, how women can make the best of it. Obviously, just kind of reiterating it in a little bit of a different way, but 84.4 trillion in assets will be passed down from the silent generation and baby boomers to their loved ones. But where is all of this going? Where's everything? Where's all the opportunity? Well, it's going to be around digital currencies. And what's funny about this is Bank of America actually confirmed this. Here we have June 18th of this year. Bank of America private bank study of wealthy Americans finds generational divide in investing, giving and preserving wealth. And if we actually look at this, okay, here's the greatest opportunity for growth. Now, we have wealthy Americans overall, age 21 to 43, and then age 44 plus. 38% in terms of wealthy Americans believe US stocks are the greatest opportunity, 32% real estate investments, and it just kind of goes down the line. But if we look at 21 to 43, which is going to be the group that gets the most amount of wealth inherited, real estate's still 31%, but crypto and digital assets is 28%. US stocks is at the lowest point of 14%. When we compare this to those 44 plus, there's a big difference here. US stocks is 41%, while crypto and digital assets is 4%. When we think about what's happening, there's a major divide here. But crypto and digital assets, for those that are 21 to 43, that is going to grasp a large portion of the, inherited amount, it is one of the largest opportunities for them. And I feel as though this is something that I've been following as well for a while. Because if you think about it, most of those big companies that are around US stocks, we're talking more so Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon, all of them are looking at DLT. They're looking at digital technology, AI. You don't get AI at scale without blockchain. So if Amazon wanted to have automation within the workforce, guess what? They still need to have blockchain behind them. That's why as we look at crypto and digital assets, more so I look at it as projects, technology, crypto technology. I look at it as an opportunity for us to really kind of corner those major companies that want to adopt certain technologies like AI, and we can get behind that in a way that most are not thinking, which is by investing into the underlying protocols that are allowing these types of things to become a reality. And the big focus is focus on the companies, focus on the projects that are compliant. They're working with regulators. They have major adoption already. They might be boring. They might even be underperforming. They might even be, some of the worst investments at glance. But that's exactly why you need to read beyond the charts right now in crypto. Most of the price action is still tied back to Bitcoin. Most of the price action is not utility price action. But as we look at regulations, they're still on the edge, right? Like we're still getting very close to regulations. They say timeline roughly less than 12 months. But we don't know when regulations are going to officially be announced. But once they are, it allows all of these major companies to start investing, start using, and start pushing these technologies. And what's crazy about this is everyone is focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not focused on the actual projects in the space that are allowing certain things to become a reality, like tokenization of everything. But this is why I do think that as we start to see that great wealth transfer really happen, we're going to start to see portions of that flowing into crypto, flowing into digital assets. And it's because of what BlackRock's pushing, what all of these big major players are pushing, but also all of the banks like HSBC, Bank of America, all of these major banks, JP Morgan as well, they are pioneering DLT. This is crazy to me. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.